Welcome, Terrilynn, Traveling Artista. In this video, I'm doing some loose and expressive seaside sketches. Good morning for beautiful North Carolina. Absolutely gorgeous today. It's like summer. I have plans this afternoon, distance visiting during this time, but right now I want to do some more quick sketches that are very emotive and simple and just portray the feeling that I get when every morning a friend from Saco, Maine, right on the beach, sends me photos of the sunrise from right out her window. Hope you enjoy. Here are the two images I've chosen, photos sent to me from my friend in Maine. Very different. One is softly gray, one is a brilliant, warm sunrise. Then the pan pastels that I started with to get this painting going, and the colors I chose on each side, one for each of the paintings, and I was prepared to go into it. Now I apologize here because it skips over my initial application of the pan pastels. For some reason my camera didn't start. But now I'm moving along. I'm again using the sponge to apply the color from the pan pastels so you can see that basic approach. I've tried to get better lighting on the easel this time so you can see what's going on better. Sorry about the last time. Oh, other aspect is I don't have my reading glasses on, so I'm not caught up in the details as I go along at this point. I'll do that later. So I used a thin piece of paper as a straight edge to draw in the horizon. The horizon, especially on the sea, needs to be flat and it needs to be horizontal. Don't be afraid to use a straight edge for that. I start adding in more well-chosen color, the highlights in the sky, the details as I'm coming through, a little more dark, a little more light, the glistening edge of the horizon and around the island in the distance, just a hint of that island. And then at the edge of the water where the shore meets the waves, you're going to get some glistening as they break on the sand. Do remember, every now and then, step back, analyze, critique your work up to this point. Then at the very end, you can choose just a very few strokes to finish the painting, like the light shining through the trees. Now, if you look at the photograph, I have actually minimized the trees. I don't want those to be the main focal point. I wanted the sky and the light that's on that horizon to be what people are attracted to. I've minimalized this. I hope that's a word. If it's not, whatever, you get the idea. I'm trying to simplify so I can use these studies to eventually do larger paintings. I am going to be happy when I'm done with this paper. I prepared this surface a while back and I have a new approach to putting pumice gel on the Mi-Tinte paper or any other surface that works a lot better than this. Here's the second painting. Again, I'm using that thin paper to edge and draw in that horizon with a highlight. And while I'm still holding the paper in place, I blend that highlight down into the water. It gives a nice crisp edge on the horizon. I'm using a light blue purple here for the sky and the water. Remember, water always reflects the sky. The other aspect is that it helps tie the painting together and make it one cohesive whole. If you have one spot of color only in one spot in the painting, it's not going to pull it together. You want the viewer's eye to be moving around that painting, and color is only one element that will help you do that. There's many others as well. Now, the little island in the distance, I want that a little darker, again with the water glistening around the edge. I'm adding in some deeper color here in the sky and now on the shore, softening and blending that in. I can use the pan pastel sponges. I can use fingers. I am very aware of which finger is for what tones. For instance, my pointer and middle finger, index, tend to be for the darker tones, and then I'll use my pinky and my ring finger for the lighter tones. And always, if you have to scratch your face, do it with the back of your hand, because if not, you're going to end up with pastel smudges everywhere on your face. This is creating an interesting texture with this paper, but it's not what I'm aiming for. Still, I'm not going to waste the paper. I want to use it up and experiment. Remember, with the trees, you can move these trees around. They don't have to be the main focus at this point, and they're not for me. Why am I doing those vertical strokes? The blue? That's just kind of for fun. It helps tie the sky and water together, but it's also a little bit of a surprise element. Great to bring those things in. Now, as you do a similar image over and over in different approaches, you become familiar with that. So when you get to a larger, more complete painting, if you will, you're more familiar with it, and it will come quicker and be more fluid and work better. So go ahead and try the same image a few times. Also do tonal values in it, studies of black and white. You can do thumbnails. There's so many approaches, and just keep trying them. Also remember the trick of taking a photo of your painting and on your phone turning that into black and white so you can check the tonal values. So here are the two paintings. This is the first one, that soft, warm gray that I had chosen. I kind of like this one. And then the second one with the brighter morning colors coming through and those vertical strokes just feeling like something's washing down through. Whatever we do, let's keep painting. Do go ahead and experiment. It might not always work out, but you're always learning, and that is a great thing. And at the very end of the day, remember, my friends, stay dusty. Do send me any questions you have, and remember to subscribe and share this with anyone who may be interested. Thanks.